Type sevens, deal breakers, attempting to control them or shut them down, especially if they're brainstorming. Somebody's like, it's not really practical. They don't like that. Often dwelling on negativity without an action plan. Like sevens are like, all right, so that's not going to work. What's next? And they don't really like it when people are kind of circling the drain with like negative stuff that's not enjoyable at all. And then making decisions for them without their input on different options. I think sevens love to have freedom and options, and they are kind of down for whatever, but they do want to be considered. They don't want that to be assumed. And then I think the one that I see the most often is when people just disregard, not people who are actually in a close relationship, but in the early stages, when people disregard the depth that the seven brings, because it's easier to see them as just superficial. Sevens have that there's more to them. They're not just like these fun, like lighthearted people. There's more to them, but sometimes people just think, oh, you're silly or whatever, and kind of dismiss that. And that can be really frustrating for sevens. So in a relationship, they bring lightness and levity, keep things enjoyable. Like I see seven relationships where they're always doing something different. They're doing something new endeavor, new entrepreneurial thing, whatever. They also they just believe in you. Like no one believes in me the way that my seven friends do. Like sevens just think you're awesome and they want to support you. And they're like, yeah, you got it. Let's do this. So I appreciate that. Even though sometimes sevens are kind of labeled as like afraid of commitment, I actually think that they're really loyal once they actually commit, because it might take them a little while to decide, okay, yes, I do want to commit to this, but they're incredibly loyal. And a lot of sevens I know have lifelong friendships because they still have those same friends from when they were kids. And they just bring this attitude of, if you don't like it, change it. And I appreciate that about them. And they also just bring that sense of newness, and life is never boring. And I think a lot of us kind of get into this monotony of like, all right, I do this, I do this, I do this, go to work, go home, go to the gym, pick up the kids, whatever it is. And sevens kind of bring a lot of levity to that. That can be really refreshing. So really appreciate that about them. Sevens can struggle with engaging in difficult conversations. Now, sometimes, and a lot of the time, sevens will say, I do conflict fine. But a lot of the time what's happening is that they are engaging in the debate or in the argument, but they're not engaging their actual emotions. And so sometimes it's really useful for sevens to slow down and to feel a little bit more settled and to feel a little bit more grounded, like in their body, and to feel their emotions. That is really, really difficult work, but it's important for the depth that they actually want in their relationships. So sometimes sevens will just do the Band-Aid technique, like rip it off, just have like a big blow up. But I think a lot of the time it's not as engaging in their emotions as is probably necessary. So that's type seven.